Good morning. Well, welcome to today's class. So for the part I am taking, we'll be looking at thyroid hormones, parathyroid hormones, thyroid disorders, parathyroid disorders, hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, anti-thyroid drugs, and adverse reactions of thyroid drugs. We've actually not had time to meet, so this is a better avenue for us to discuss. And so we'll be starting off immediately. Overview of the thyroid hormones. The thyroid hormones actually stems from a whole lot. The whole production of thyroid hormones starts from the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and then the thyroid gland. And so we are going to be looking at the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the thyroid glands. So in the hypothalamus now, we have some neurons that actually regulate the production and the secretion of some hormones that actually helps in the production of thyroid glands. So there is a particular neuron in the hypothalamus called the paraventricular nucleus. The paraventricular nucleus is found in the hypothalamus, and there they secrete thyroid-releasing hormones. Thyroid-releasing hormones then goes ahead to stimulate the thyrotropes. The thyrotropes are actually endocrine cells found in the anterior pituitary gland that produce thyroid-stimulating hormone. As a result of this stimulation, we have that the anterior pituitary hormone starts pumping out thyroid-stimulating hormone. Thyroid-stimulating hormone is a peptide hormone. So it has receptors outside the cell, not inside the cell. And these receptors bind to the receptors on the thyroid gland, thereby producing T3 and T4. T3 is called triiodothyroxine, while T4 is tetraiodothyroxine. This is the T3 and T4 now is transported by a protein called tyrosine binding globulin. So this thyroid hormone synthesis revolves around three organs: the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the thyroid gland. Revolves around three glands: the hypothalamus gland, the pituitary, and the thyroid gland. So we're going to be looking at this production of thyroid hormones in details now. Don't forget that when T3 and T4 is actually high, it exerts a negative feedback, thereby stimulating low production of TRH. So such that when you have T3 and T4 very high, there's a negative feedback in the hypothalamus, and it will tell the hypothalamus to secrete less of TRH. So less TRH brings about less TSH and then less thyroid hormones being produced by the thyroid gland. And so when you also have low T3 and T4, it also stimulates the paraventricular cells in the hypothalamus now to stimulate the thyrotropes in the pituitary gland to produce more TSH. Thereby, in turn, it will stimulate more production of T3 and T4. So let's look at thyroid hormone synthesis in details now.